Hey guys, Paul here from rockclimbingcentral.com. Today we're going to be talking about the basics of bouldering. Now, I'm going to be mentioning some basics here that you hopefully haven't heard before, so stay tuned. These are the things that I think you definitely should know when you start, and the things that I wish I would have known when I started as well. Now, I'm also going to be mentioning things that you'll probably already guess that I'm going to mention. For instance, warming up and cooling down. That is something very simple, but we should definitely all be doing that. However, like I say, there's going to be some other things in here that are some absolute gems that you'll probably have never heard before. If you want any more information or detailed information on this subject, you can go to rockclimbingcentral.com/basics. So if you go there, there's going to be even more techniques, even more tips that I can give you on that article. This is just a basic rundown of the most important tips that I wish I did when I first started, or at least knew about. So the first thing that I wish I'd have known when I first started was to use your feet like a hand. Now, this is something which is so simple, and you just don't think about it until somebody mentions it to you. So I didn't actually learn this until around about into a year after I started climbing, and it's crazy how much it helps. So if you're ever on a hold with your foot and you actually can't stay on it, you might feel better by just using your foot. So let's say your foot's like this and you're on a hold like that. If you keep slipping off it, you can just use your foot, just clench your foot like that, and you will, not all the time, but a lot of the time, you will actually stay on the hold. That is a basic move that I really think or wish somebody would have taught me, or at least told me about when I first started climbing. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is I wish I'd have actually watched and studied other climbers when I first started. And I mean, when I say other climbers, I mean more advanced climbers. You know, the types of moves they're doing in certain situations and stuff like that. You know, when you're actually watching another climber, you're just watching another climber. You're not actually seeing and learning. So there's a big difference. I wish I would have learned by seeing rather than just watching and going, oh, look, he's doing a climb or she's doing a climb, and that's a really good. But I didn't actually pay attention to what they were doing. So I really wish I did do that. So that's my second tip. Now, my third tip is obviously, like I was saying, warming up and cooling down. That's a really simple tip. Warming up, as we know, helps you when it comes to preventing injuries. It helps you when it comes to not being as stiff when you climb, not being as stiff the next day. The same with cooling down. Now, cooling down brings your heart rate back to normal. It returns your body to homeostasis. Let me think. It relaxes your muscles, and it makes you feel less stiff, just like warming up does as well. So that's something you should definitely do. At least warm up. Now, cooling down, you don't have to do it, but warming up is something that you need to do just because, you know, it prevents injuries. And this can be done very simply. You can just, you know, climb on the wall on really low grades, really slowly, focus purely on technique. Don't go for any aggression. This then now puts me onto my next point. I wish somebody had told me not to rush, be less aggressive, and climb very slowly with pure technique. I wish somebody had also said to me, look, we can see you're quite athletic. You obviously can do, you know, higher grades than usual as a beginner. However, the only reason you can do this is because you're using strength, you're being quite aggressive, and you're rushing. I wish somebody had just said to me, look, climb lower grades slowly with technique and you'll learn a lot faster, and your strength will also come into play in the future to help you as well. Unfortunately, I didn't. I just kept rushing, I kept being aggressive, and I had to learn on my own to use technique, and it took me actually quite a while to, you know, get a little bit of technique under my belt rather than just pure athleticism. Now, the next thing is one thing that I did get told, actually, probably in one of my first sessions, and that was find your feet whilst you're climbing. Now, finding your feet really just means, all climbers climb with their feet. If you take off the weight from your arms, it's going to be a lot better for you than, putting the weight on your arms, because you're going to use a lot more energy. Whereas when you actually got your foot on a hold, you're actually taking all that weight off your arms. And you're putting it all onto your feet and your legs, which can take a lot more weight. They are a lot stronger. They'll be in a better place for it as well. So that's another thing that I am glad I learned. Now, the next tip I can give you is be safe. Safety is really important, and some people don't understand climbing etiquette when it comes to safety. So I think it's really important for me to sort of help you wrap your head around what the climbing etiquette is in most gyms. So especially in bouldering is like definite climbing etiquette. So if there's somebody, if somebody that's started climbing first, so somebody's gone on the wall before you, they have priority. So if they're on the wall and then you go on the wall afterwards, especially if you're underneath them, which you shouldn't be doing, they have priority because they went on the wall first. Now, that's it. There's no debate around that. So if they fall on you because you've gone on the wall and they were on there first, you're the one to blame. That's the first thing. Now, the second thing is that you need to stay alert at all times. So if you're walking through the climbing gym, you need to make sure that you know all your surroundings, what's above you at all times. And that's even if you're just standing in the climbing gym, you're just doing nothing, or you're sitting down or whatever. Just know what's around you, because it's a dangerous place. If somebody falls on you, it can break your neck. They can break your back. They can, really hurt you. So just make sure you know your surroundings. Another thing is that you need to make sure that all the fall zones, so anywhere that somebody can fall into, even yourself, they are clear from equipment or anything else that may hurt if you fall on it, such as brushes, bottles, or whatever that may be. Just make sure all the fall zones are clear. The last thing when it comes to safety, and this is a very important one, it's one thing that I wish somebody would have told me at the start, actually, and it's not something that people think about. Now, you will have probably heard, you need to climb down from the climb rather than jump down if you're bouldering, because I boulder more than I elite climb, and nobody actually really has. They didn't tell me why this was, so I just kept jumping down. I just thought it was just just in case there was somebody below you, blah blah blah. The real reason is that if you jump down after a climb from a bouldering wall, you squash the vertebrae in your back, and you so let's say you're 4 meters off the floor, which is around 15 foot, and you jump down even onto a mat. You are squashing the vertebrae in your back. The 33 vertebrae are just going like that, and you are going to have a bad back if you keep doing that over and over again. So climb down the easiest grade climb that is available to you, if you can. Sometimes you have to jump. So I think that's all I've got for you. Again, if you want any more information on this topic, there's so much more information on the article that I've written. Like this is just the tip of the information that I've got for you. So go to rockclimbingcentral.com/basics for more basics of bouldering. These are the more important things that I wish I would have been told when I first started, or I'm glad I was told when I first started. rockclimbingcentral.com/basics for the article covering a lot more than I've covered in this video. So thank you guys for watching. Give this video a like, even subscribe if you want. I'm going to keep releasing videos every now and then. If you want to share this video, even better. Comment as well. Ask if you want me to make a video or an article even about any particular subject. Comment in this video as well, and I'll try my best. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.